Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Helen Stokes Tarot. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for being here, for subscribing, for your likes, and for the beautiful comments you leave. Remember, this is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. You can also complement this with your rising or moon sign. And if you stay until the end, we'll see what the cards have in store for you. Let's go ahead and dive in. Okay, Spirit is moving with such intention today. The Two of Cups is the first card coming out for you. And I want you to feel into this energy for a moment. This card carries the energy of genuine mutual recognition, of two energies meeting each other in real and equal openness. Spirit is opening this reading here because what is aligning for you right now begins in the space of honest and genuine connection. This could be a relationship deepening into something truly reciprocal. A new connection arriving that carries a feeling of real recognition. Or a reunion with a part of yourself you had set aside for too long. Spirit is saying, the connection you have been longing for is already beginning to move itself toward you right now. Open your heart. It is safe to let this one in. The moon rises now and the energy softens into something mysterious. This card carries the energy of things not yet fully visible, of emotions running much deeper than what sits on the surface. Spirit is showing me that part of what is aligning for you right now is happening in layers you cannot fully see or control yet. This could be a truth about a situation still making itself known, or a knowing in your body that something is quietly shifting, even when you cannot yet find the words to explain what it is. Spirit is saying, trust what you feel before you can explain it. Your intuition is the most accurate guide you have through this fog. Follow it without waiting for permission from anyone else. It is already pointing you exactly where you need to go. The Eight of Swords steps in, and this one asks for your honesty. This card carries the energy of feeling trapped by your own perception, of limitations that feel absolute and fixed from the inside, but are far more flexible than the story you keep repeating to yourself. Spirit is showing me that part of what is trying to align for you is being held back by a narrative you have been living inside for too long. A story about why something is not possible, why you are not ready, why the timing never seems to be quite right for you specifically. This could be a fear that has been accepted as permanent truth, or a belief about your own worth that was never yours to carry. And this is so important. I need you to hear this. Spirit is saying, the walls are not as solid as they feel right now. Question the story. The way through has been there the whole time. You are far more free than you have been allowing yourself to feel. And now the energy deepens into something even more internal. Something that lives in the quiet hours when the world goes still. The Nine of Swords arrives, and I want you to breathe with this. This card carries the energy of a mind working against itself, of worry amplifying things far beyond their actual size, of thoughts spiraling in the darkness that feel completely real, but lose their power the moment they are brought into the light. I need you to hear this because Spirit is saying it with such care. The worst case scenario your mind keeps returning to at night is not a prediction. It is a fear dressed up as certainty. This could be an anxiety that has been stealing your sleep and your peace, or a weight you have been carrying in your mind completely alone. Spirit is saying, you do not have to solve everything tonight. Most of what you fear is not coming. You are stronger than this voice. What is aligning for you requires you to fully believe that right now. Let your mind rest. Let yourself be held by that truth. And now the energy completely opens into something freeing and new. Something that breathes fresh air into absolutely everything. The Fool steps forward and everything opens wide. This card carries the energy of a beginning so clean and so open. It asks you to release every heavy thing you have been carrying and step into what is next with open hands and a trusting heart. Spirit is showing me that what is aligning for you through the Fool is a genuine fresh start that requires trust before evidence arrives. This could be a new direction presenting itself unexpectedly. An invitation to begin something you have been quietly dreaming about. without waiting for every single piece to be perfectly in place. Spirit is saying, the alignment you have been waiting for begins the moment you decide to move without all the guarantees. Trust the leap, my love. The ground will absolutely meet you. And now something fierce and grounded rises up to meet you. Something that will not back down no matter what pushes against it. Stay with me because this next card is powerful. The 7 of Wands steps in and the energy becomes strong and completely unwilling to shrink under any outside pressure. This card carries the energy of holding your ground, even when it feels like everything around you is pushing back hard. Spirit is saying that what is aligning for you right now requires you to stop backing down from what you know is truly yours. This could be a boundary that needs to be held without apology, or a path you are walking that others do not fully understand yet. Spirit is saying, you do not need everyone to agree with you. Hold your position. What you are protecting deserves your full commitment. The alignment comes through the holding. Stay strong, my love. And now something ignites from the very core of your being. A spark so alive and so ready it simply cannot wait any longer. Get ready because this next energy is electric. The Ace of Wands arrives and this energy is absolutely electric. This card carries the energy of pure creative potential arriving now, of inspiration landing like a bolt of raw and undeniable possibility. Spirit is showing me something new is being born in you right now. A passion, a project, a direction that has been quietly gathering energy and is now fully ready and asking you to say a committed yes to it. This could be a creative vision finally coming into sharp and clear focus, or a feeling of aliveness returning to an area of your life that has felt quiet for far longer than it should have been. Spirit is saying, this spark is not accidental. Say yes to it. Move toward it with everything you have. This is aligning right now. Do not overthink this one. The fire itself is the message. Follow it completely and without hesitation. The 7 of Cups steps in and the energy becomes dreamy and full of possibility, pulling in every single direction. This card carries the energy of a mind overflowing with options, of visions and desires all presenting themselves at the same time, until the abundance of choice itself starts to feel overwhelming. Spirit is showing me that what is aligning through this card is a call to bring your most beautiful vision back down to earth. This could be a time of chasing multiple directions at once, without fully landing or committing to any single one of them. Spirit is saying, get quiet and ask which vision still feels true. When the excitement settles and all the noise finally falls away, that one, choose that one. Move toward it with real intention. Everything else can wait. Your focus is what aligns this now. And now something tender and emotionally open steps in. A gentle wave of feeling arriving after a long dry season. And I love seeing this card show up right here for you, because it means your heart is quietly beginning to open again. The Page of Cups steps in and the energy becomes so gentle. This card carries the energy of emotional freshness and openness, of being willing to feel again, to hope again, to receive again, without immediately guarding yourself from what might come in. Spirit is showing me something so tender for you right now. There is an invitation arriving into your emotional world. Something calling you toward deeper feeling and deeper openness. This could be a new connection arriving with unexpectedly beautiful timing, or simply a softening in the way you relate to yourself each day. Spirit is saying, your heart is safe to open right now, my love. Let yourself be moved by what is genuinely good and genuinely real. This tenderness is a real and important part of what is aligning. Do not guard yourself out of something already coming in for you. The 8 of Pentacles steps forward and the energy sharpens. This card carries the energy of mastery built through devoted effort, of showing up consistently for the work even when it feels invisible, of trusting that every small disciplined action is quietly building something real. Spirit is saying that what is aligning for you through this card is the direct result of your own consistent and devoted effort. This could be a skill you have been quietly and patiently developing, A version of yourself built through every small and intentional daily choice, or recognition beginning to arrive for work you have done in the quiet. Spirit is saying, do not abandon the process right before it pays off. What you are building through your dedication is already aligning now. The results are closer than they appear. Keep going with full commitment. And now we arrive at the final card of this reading. The energy shifts into something that asks for real discernment and clarity. Because not everything aligning for you arrives without a hard choice attached. Stay open because this last card carries something very real for you. The Five of Swords steps in, and I want you to breathe with this. This card carries the energy of conflict and the true cost of winning. Of situations where you could push forward and technically prevail. But the price of that victory leaves you worse off than before. Spirit is saying something very direct through this card right now. Not every battle in front of you is worth the energy it will cost. This could be a conflict where being right matters far less than preserving something much more important beneath it. Or it could be a dynamic with someone who consistently takes more than they give and leaves you depleted every single time. Spirit is saying, choose your battles with wisdom and not with ego. Walking away from what drains you is not losing, my love. It is the most powerful and aligned choice you can make right now. And Spirit really wants you to know that everything aligning for you right now is real and intentional. The connection, the clarity, the fresh beginning, the creative spark, the devotion and the wisdom to walk away from what no longer serves you. All of it is pointing you toward a life that is more genuinely yours. Trust what is moving. Trust what is opening. Trust yourself completely. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I am sending you so much love. Take what resonated and leave what did not. And I will see you in the next one. Take care of yourself, my love. So much love to you always. Until next time.